All right, welcome back, everybody. It's time once again. We got the wheel plugged in. We are good to go. We're ready to go, and it's time once again for Formula One. And it's going to be F1 2012, old school F1. Today, we're still waiting. The podium pass for 2021 is done. So now it's time to kick it old school with 2012. And it's time for Silverstone. Let's get into it. Very quickly, practice is going to be a little bit wet. And obviously, it should be a mixture for Saturday, Sunday. We'll see what the weather's actually like when we get in there. Here's the track. Legendary track. And this was just after they moved the start and finish here. So that you go down into the arena section and the town or the village section first. So you got castle and village here and arena as well. Loop is here. This is loop. So right into the Wellington Straight to start. So the Wellington Straight used to be like the back straight, kind of. This actually used to be the back straight here, because the start finish line, I believe, used to be here. No, it used to be here. So this is more the back straight, and now Luffield is kind of the end of Sector 1. So Sector 3, I believe, is right here coming out of Chapel. So this is Cops. You're supposed to be able to take this flat out. I never could in the F1 games. They do in real life. That's an 8th gear turn there. And then really from the exit of Luffield here all the way down to God, I can't remember the name of this turn for a second. I'm having a mental block. Stowe, that's it. Why did I forget Stowe? It's like the most legendary corner. So anyway, from the exit of Luffield here all the way down to Stowe, you can get away without braking. So you can literally go half the lap without braking, which makes it difficult because first off, Chapel here is a little bit tight, but then also if you do go this half a lap without braking, you have no heat in the brakes by the time you get here, and this is a heavy braking zone into a 4th gear turn. So you can very easily have trouble with the braking because it's just there's just no heat. There's just absolutely no heat in the tire or in the brakes. So practice is going to start, Sunny. We're going to run through the whole practice session as per normal. And then you'll see us in the qualifying of the race. Qualifying we're kind of going to fly through. There's really no need for it. The race, of course. So let's get the setup going.
This is an important weekend for the team, so expectations are running high.
We are going to have to remind ourselves to swap the engine after practice, or at least at the end of practice. So I'm actually going to go out with maybe 35 laps in of fuel in. We have a research development target, and this is a low fuel run. I'm wondering if it auto sets the low fuel for me.
We need you to put in some
it does.
So we can see how the car performs.
So all we have to do is beat the time. This is before all the remember, we have no anti-lock brakes engaged as well. And this is before the regulation changes that came in that tightened up things like track extensions. Oh man, this car's quick. That's all I know. This car is freaking quick. This setup's very quick. So you can run that all the way wide like that and not get penalized for it. Nowadays, if you ran that wide, you would have a lap invalidated. There'd be no question about it. We're supposed to do 5 laps. Ooh, that frame drop though. Kick it back to standard, because last thing we want to do on a low fuel run is run out of fuel. That'd be stupid. I would be that dumb. I would be that guy though. Yeah, it's been a few days since I was able to stream, so I remodeled the bedroom, and we moved all the furniture out. I don't know if you remember last week I disassembled the bed. So finished disassembling the bed frame. Oh, ran that way too deep, but we can recover. Woo, maybe not from there. Maybe not from there. That's going to be flashback use number 1 right away. I took way too much of that curve. So the idea is to take this curve flat, but that curve on the inside will mess you up. But anyway, why is my current time 3 minutes? I haven't been on the track 3 minutes. All right, restart the session. There's an old glitch when you use a flashback on a time session that it does that. So we're gonna reload the setup and we're gonna go back to 20. We're gonna go to 29 laps, and then we're gonna do the research and development, which I think we're on options tires. Oh no, we're on primes. So. But yeah, the bed frame's gone, and then I actually removed all of the furniture from the room, and I steamed the carpets. Carpets are steamed, so we got a little life back into the carpets. They weren't looking too great. And I started to put the furniture, the ones that I'm keeping. I'm mainly keeping like a bedside table and a small TV stand in there. I also need to bring the chair back in. I have like a hotel chair. I say it's a hotel chair because it is like a lobby chair from a hotel. I actually got it from a hotel that liquidated in the area. So there was a hotel that used to be in the area that just straight up liquidated, and they were giving away that stuff. So I was like, yeah, I'll take the chair. I don't mind that. So I need to put that back in there. But that's all that's going back in. And I got the bed frame ordered. I got the bed ordered. I just need to wait for it to come in now. Comes in like 2 weeks. So I'm excited for that at least. So I can stop sleeping on a freaking couch. I've slept 9 weeks, to next week being my 10th week, on a sofa. And let me tell you something. I don't fucking recommend it. I do not recommend that. My neck's killing me because of it. But it's good. It's coming along nicely. Well, the main thing is, the reason that's important too is because I've tested every room in the house, right? Because I have LTE internet. And I've tested every room in the house. And that room gets the best signal. So I've had to like, because obviously the carpets were getting steamed, or I was steaming them, right? They needed to dry. So I did 2 rounds of it. And I had to have the router out of the house or out of the room. So I put it in another room, but the next room I could put it in was on the other face of the house, right? So it was on the north end of the house, not the south end. And so the towers are on the south end. So I didn't get a good signal. I got like basically just enough signal to use the internet. Like I could watch a stream. But the upload speed wasn't anywhere remotely good enough. So a few days without streaming. And we're back now. So I've been playing F1 2021 offline a little bit. I haven't played this offline. I've really been itching to play this, but I thought, nah, I'll save it for the stream. Save it for the content.
That lap put you at the top of the table.
And, yeah, played my offline career in F1 2021 a little bit. Also, just straight up 2 nights decided, fuck it, I'm just going to go to bed early. Because sleep has like been the one thing that's been a very rare commodity the last few weeks. Last 3 weeks, I want to say. So I caught up on quite a lot. I ran that terribly. But to be fair, De La Rosa was kind of in the way there. So yeah, I managed to catch up on sleep. I haven't slept this good in a week in a long time. Ooh, that wheel's going in the gravel. Yeah, we're still way ahead of the target time though. So anyway, yeah, that's what I've had to do with the internet. So we're back now. I still have to move the rest of it back in. I've really only put the TV stand in there. Or yeah, the TV stand. But I haven't. I kind of want to. I don't. So I'm upgrading from a double to a queen. So I don't necessarily just want to put everything back in there because I don't know if I want to go with the same layout. And like, for the internet to work really well, the bedside table has to be adjacent to the window. And the room is very tiny, so there's really no part of that wall that doesn't have the window on it, except for the far corner where the vent was. Like because the heating and cooling comes out of the ground in that room. And that corner that had the vent traditionally had the TV stand. And I mean, the vent did work great anyway because it's kind of right where the curtains hang, and I have the real thick blackout curtains because I used to work second shift, so I had to sleep, you know, late into the morning, so I'd sleep like, not super late, but like 9, 10 o'clock. You don't want to wake up with the sun half the year because that's like 6, 7 a.m., you know what I mean? So when you worked second shift, I bought blackout curtains, and that's how, you know, I used, I mean, they were fucking amazing. Don't get me wrong, they did the job. I don't really need them anymore because I work day work now, but still. Yeah, I know my brakes are cold. It's fucking Stowe, man. You don't get enough heat in them going on a run down. The other thing is, DRS isn't as like, look at the angle the wing's at and how tiny that angle is back in 2012 compared to back in 2012 compared to today, which means that you can get away with more when the wing is open. Like I can turn more when the wing is open. Like I can take this turn flat with the wing open. No way in modern day I can get away with that. The DRS is fucking massive now. I'm not even just talking Hamilton's car, man. I'm talking like it's just in general a much bigger gap. So anyway, see, I'm excited. I'm really excited. I'm excited to be done the saga, man. I'm excited to get to bed. I'm excited to be able to sleep in a bed. But I think I know how I'm going to reposition. I think the bed's going to go sideways because the wall that has the windows, the bed used to run parallel to that wall. And now I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm just going to run the bed perpendicular to that wall against the opposite wall the TV stand used to be in. Probably keep the TV stand where it is, and then I can put the chair in front of the TV stand and next to the bedside table. Or I might try to squeeze enough room in the bedside table. I don't know. We might.
Great data there. Well done.
I might not have enough room to put the bed and the table adjacent to each other. But I'm gonna have to open up more room and like more space in the room, and I don't think having the bed run parallel to the table is gonna be how that gets accomplished. We'll see. We get the research and development goal. That's good. Always good. Those are improvements to the car that will come in. Woo! Whoa! Jesus! The bollards completely turned us offline. All right. So that's good. Nerd Street opened today at the block. It looks incredible. I cannot wait to be back down there. I'm coming back next CS season, already announced. Big plans are in the works. Of course, the women's game is going to be top priority. We're going to cover it. I'm going to try to do wall to wall, which look, my track record with that is actually not great. I've not done a season wall to wall. I've done 2 seasons where I covered 10 teams, and I managed to cover those teams in full, or until they died, one of the 2. That was the first 2 seasons I ever did. But I've not done wall-to-wall successfully yet, and I really want to. The only thing is I have no idea. Because I've been out of the game for like 2 seasons, I kind of need to get back in the groove. So I need to figure out who are the TOs that are running gigs. Like, I didn't even know about Underdogs League until like freaking a week ago, maybe. So I mean, NA still has none, of course. NA has 1 team left, so. But I think we can find more come out the woodwork. I think whenever First Century League gets the money off the ground, which we're really going to start hustling for it in January, sponsorship-wise. I think that's the target, is January we start to get that sponsorship. Frostless actually is a regular of this stream. Offered to at least give me some guidance on how to do that. But I think it's going to be great. I actually paid my car off, so now I can devote more money to it. I can save more money for the league. So yeah, I think more will come out of the woodwork with that. But we'll see. But anyway, South Africa has like 2 leagues or 2 cups, something like that, on top of the normal ESCA division, which is open for a lot of those teams because it's only open and intermediate down in South Africa. And because there's only 2 divisions, in South Africa, it means they play each other a lot throughout the course of the season. Like, South Africa has this interesting dynamic. I shouldn't call it weird. Sorry, that's very much the wrong term. But very interesting dynamic where there's really only about 50 teams in their league system. So intermediate has maybe 1, sometimes 2 of the women's teams in South Africa, and then everybody else is in open. And open only contains like 30 teams. So because of that, they actually get to play each other quite a bit, which I think is awesome. And then, of course, the big region, the powerhouse region for women's Counter-Strike, Brazil. But their system is one I have to learn. I mean, at the very minimum, right? Like, I'm just gonna say that I don't know anything about it. slid because I shifted into neutral like an idiot. We're going to keep the Formula 1 gig, of course. We got 2 casts tomorrow. End of the season is approaching. We're in the second half of it. And come January, that's not going away. We're going to continue commentating Formula 1. It is absolutely awesome. I forgot where I was. I thought I was in Maggots and Beckett's. I totally lost the fact that I'm in Village and Arena. So, all over the shop these last 2 laps. But yeah, just, yeah, again, all over the shop with these last 2 laps. Locking wheels, left, right, and center. Left, right, and center, I mean. Left, right, and the guy in front of me. But, no, look, it's a lot of fun, I gotta say. Racing has just always been a passion, man. Like, I started playing racing games, I want to say with like NASCAR 95, maybe NASCAR 96. I'll watch NASCAR back in the day. Still occasionally watch NASCAR, just not in any committed capacity, we'll say. And I watch Formula 1. Definitely watch Formula 1. I've caught pretty much every race this season. I think the only race I haven't caught is Bahrain. Like, but aside from that, it's been fun. I'm definitely going to watch the race tomorrow. That's at noon. No, that's a bummer. Light rain. I think when the rain comes in, we're going to swap the engine. I think that's what we're going to do. And go right into quali. So, I was aiming for that last bollard almost. He's been up there. He is the Mohican, man. He is the last of them. But no, it's been a lot of fun. It's really, Formula 1 is just a sport that excites me. Like Formula 1 and football and cricket are like 3 sports that really excite me. I love rugby too and baseball. Ice hockey I enjoy, but I don't really sit down and watch a game anymore of ice hockey. It's been a very long time. I feel that way about baseball too. I can't really watch baseball anymore. Like, in person, I have no issue with it. I can watch baseball at the stadium all day, but can't do it on the TV, man. It's just too slow on the TV.
We're dropping a lot of time through sectors 1 and 2.
I guess because I score the game when I go to baseball, so you kind of have to pay attention to it. But then also, like, you get that nice half innings break every half inning where, you know, you can order food. You can, you know what I mean? Like, it's nice. If you go somebody, you can ask them to pick up concessions. Like, if they're going to the concession stand, like, Emma 2K. Look at Emma 2K. Hey, Emma, how you been? How's the grind been? You getting to be a very good Valorant player, Emma. How you been? It's been forever. I'm taking that baller down. I wanted that baller. You been good? Nice. How's the Valorant life treating you? Oof. Good, nice. I can't remember if you're on a team or not. I can't actually remember. I don't necessarily follow the scene, so you would have to forgive me for my ignorance. I apologize, but yeah, I know you've been playing a lot. I see you in a lot of streams as well. Oh, I hit the grass and locked the front right, and we're just going straight on, man. Sub play right now. Okay. Okay. Well, you're getting to be a pretty good player. So how's everything else? Are you still in school? So I have a really good mate of mine who's very young, a lot younger than me, and she's in school and she's like loathing life right now. She is just not having. She's straight up not having a good time. Like it's just. I'm like, I've been there. I get it. November to December rush is just awful, man. So, but yeah, first year of college. Oh man, I bet this month has just been not a fun time. Wait till you get to the 300-400 level courses, then they're really not going to be a fun time this time of year. But you know what? It's alright. You get through them. You get that coveted diploma. Oh my God, Vern, you're trying to have an accent? Jesus Christ, brother. Well, nice. I'm glad. I'm glad you're on the come up, man. Catch Emma on the come up. So nice. It is a fairly good community they got over there in Valorant, mainly because a lot of them came from CS. I gotta say. And the women's community there is so strong. Like, it's absolutely wonderful. I mean, I'm not a fan of the game, but the community's really good. Nice. Nice. I'm glad you're doing well. Oh, I downshifted into neutral like an idiot. Weber's like, what the fuck's this guy doing? I'm like, I don't even know. Nice. So. Woo. What team are you sub for? I can't remember. Oh man, I knew this at one point in time. Too. I can't think of it right now. The only thing that's coming to my head is Rick's Lightning, and I'm like, no, it's not that. That's an EU team. I know it's not that. That's the team Reina plays for. Like, if I know any Valorant news, it's because of CLG, Xset, or Rick's. Like, that's it. Oh, okay. Gal Scrubs. SKZ. Okay. Did you play in Game Changers? Because I know they're doing the EU qualifier right now. I thought they were doing an NA one as well. Right now, actually. Or at least, I know you said you're sub, so if you didn't play, did Gal Scrubs at least play in Game Changers? Nope. Oh. That sucks. It's alright. Your opportunities will come. So. Oh my God, Shumi. Don't do Shumi move. Nice. So aside from Val and school, what have you been up to recently? Anything? Or, oh my God. So. I've kind of just been working. I gotta admit. I've just been working. People will be like, what's new? I'm like, absolutely fucking nothing, brother. I've just worked. So I got 12 more days of it, I think. Surfing and CS to pass time. There you go. That is always like the best pastime, like the #1 pastime is surfing and CS. Man, I've had a frame drop and I don't know why. I have no clue what's caused the frame drop. Like, whoa. Hello? It's like night and day all of a sudden. That's the one thing I was always terrible at was surfing. I never got into surfing from CS. Like, I was just absolute ass at it. But I used to watch Potter back in the day when she surfed maps. Like, she would stream CS and she would literally play like 1 or 2 games and then just surf for like 4 hours. And I'm like, yep. I mean, this must have been like 5 years ago. So, always fun. I couldn't get it down for the life of me, though. I know that. I was terrible at it. Come on, Petrov. Give me that booty. Move aside because you're about to brake, and I'm braking deeper into the corner for the pass. There we go. Well, overtake practice. Going down in the stow. So yeah, man, I'm glad you're doing well. I'm glad you're doing well. So I should reach out more often. I'm really bad at that. I'm really, really bad at keeping up with people, man.
Looking at the radar, it looks like we might have light rain in about 5 minutes.
5 minutes. I think 17 laps will be it. It's okay. Yeah, but I don't know. Like, I do that to everybody, too. Like, people I knew from college. You know, people I wanted to stay in touch with from high school, I never did. Like, people I just know from the CS scene, I don't. Like, I'm just very bad at it. But it's awesome when you stop by. Like, it's just, I love it so much, so. And, I know, like, a year or 2 from now, I'm going to be watching you in some big tournament. Like, it's going to be great. So. Starting to get the clip compilation going. I know that. We're gonna have the clip. We're gonna have the one of them YouTube videos of just clip compilations with you in it and all your plays.
Your times for sector 3 are good, but 1 and 2 are well off the pace.
It's interesting because Vettel is only, I mean, with this difficulty, he's like way back, but I'm not putting up quick lap times right now. I am on primes, and I didn't mean to do that. I meant to bring up this. They're not worn. And I burnt quite a bit of fuel as well, but I mean, they're getting worn, but they're not anywhere near the end of their life yet. There's another bollard. Well, yeah, I'm looking for. Wait, what are you going to college for? I never asked you that. I never asked you what you were studying. So, because I went to college for. I regret going to college for what I went to college for. But I never, I thought I knew what I wanted to do when I went to college, and all throughout my high school life, I was like, this is what I want to do. And then I got to college, and now, like, years after I left college, I've been out of college for 10 years. I'm like, yeah, that's not what I want to do. Like, there's no, I know now what I want to do, but. And I would go back to college for it. Like, the program that Upmine came through is fantastic. But I wouldn't, like, it's also $50,000. And I don't have that lying around. And I still owe like 64 from when I went. So I'm like, yeah, not trying to do that to myself right now. I just want to. I'm working in the markets right now, trying to get money, and it's going well. It's going very well, but it's more like I'm hoping that builds to a point where I can buy more real estate. Just a house that I don't have to live in, that I can rent or something. I think that'll, because obviously the one I have, computer science, there you go. There you go. You haven't tackled Java yet. That's going to be your nightmare. I already know. I knew some guys in college who were technical engineers, and they really, I mean, they got A's in the course, don't get me wrong. But they, what was I going to say? Yeah, they got A's in the course, don't get me wrong, but like, Java was the one thing that gave them all the late nights and the freaking headaches and the thinning of the hair and everything else, like Java. But you can probably do anything with Java, I'd imagine. They hated me because I took history and political science, and I was like, oh yeah, I get all these electives I can take. I can pick whatever course I want. And they're like, mate, we get like 3. over the whole 4-year course, they get like 2 or 3 electives they could take of any. And I'm like, bruh, I got like 3 a year, 4 a year. Yeah, we're gonna swap the engine out. Both on 83. Yes, we're gonna forfeit the rest of the time. We're gonna swap the engine. New engine for qualifying. Rain has come.
Well done, first place, great job.
Nothing really of note in the practice except Weber finished 13th. Kovalainen, Caterham's finished 10th and 12th, but it is free practice, so you cannot look into it much. So we're going to be on to the qualifying very quickly here. Oh, I didn't look at the weather. I didn't look at the weather for this. What have you dug into for computer science already? Like, have you done, like, I'd imagine you've done, like, basic, you know what I mean? Like, I'd imagine that's where you started at. That's where everybody starts at. Okay, so no rain in qualifying, 10% for the race. It's actually not that bad. So what we are going to do is we're going to go out on options for the first part of qualifying. I mean, it looks ominous as fuck, but apparently qualifying is going to stay completely dry, so. Oh my God, Ricardo, how slow? How slow can you go? How slow can you go? I'm just going to cut across the grass like it's nothing. Ricardo got me all out of funk. It's not the uptown type. Oh, God. Don't believe me? Just watch. I'll fuck up. It's all right. I'm head of the class because I knew most stuff before going to school. That's how I felt about like some of the. That's how I felt about my like some of the classes I had as well in politics. Like I studied politics in high school. In high school, I don't know what yours was like, right? I don't know what your high school was like, Emma. But mine had like certain requirements. Like for example, you had to take geometry, algebra 1, and algebra 2. But your fourth year in math, you didn't have to take a math class. It became an elective, right? Now I took pre-calculus for that, which was fucking difficult for me. I really struggled in pre-calc. I struggled in pre-calc and geometry, but it was like that, and like you had to take biology, chemistry, and physics for science, but you weren't required to take a fourth science class. So like you took a year of biology, you took a year of physics, you took a year of chemistry. Physics being the third course, you would take, the order was biology, chemistry, physics, right? And then same thing. The fourth year would be an elective, and for social studies you'd have to take world history freshman year. You would have to take American history, either sophomore or junior year, but the other 2 years electives. So I took a lot of like history and political science courses. I took political law, Asian American studies, African American studies, Hispanic American studies. I took what else was I going to take? Political, like politics and films, like stuff like that, like all sorts of courses, constitutional law. And when I went into college, I was required to take American politics. It was like a 104 level course, right? I'm actually going to put the same primes that I had on for Q2 when we're just going to go out there and fly again. Because I don't have to carry I only have to carry the tires from Q3 over to the race. So yeah, when I got to American politics, much of it was already well known, and when I actually wound up skipping the class quite a bit because of it. I went the first day, and we talked about the syllabus, and what the course will go through. And I was like, bro, I fucking know this shit like the back of my hand. I've studied it for 4 years, you know what I mean? Already. So I skipped. There were 5 quizzes, 1 final, no papers. It was just 5 quizzes and a final, right? Your attendance didn't count. Just 5 quizzes and the final. So I showed up the first day. I went to 4 quizzes, and I went to the final. And I got an A-. And that's when I knew college wasn't for me. Like, long story short, that's actually how I knew I hated college. Because I'm like, bro, because I went to another class that I put hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of time in. And I got like a C+ in it. And I was like, bro, I've put so much effort into this class. Like, but the main thing was, like, I knew a lot of it. Like, I felt really lost freshman year, because it's like, is this really am I really going to learn anything new that I don't already know? I mean, you know, I did, obviously, as I got a little bit later on in college. I didn't finish college. I eventually just left college. But, yeah, freshman year was a bit of a struggle, because I didn't really feel... I didn't really know with confidence that was the place I belonged. We'll put it that way. It wasn't. I mean, it would turn out it wasn't. I just didn't really enjoy college, but, you know, I don't know if you go through that struggle, but, because, you know, it's a lot of time and effort you have to put into the homework and the research and the papers and everything else. Although you're in computer technology or computer science, so you probably don't have to write as many papers, whereas like history and political science, you can imagine, is all just script. It's all just papers. So I can't really attest to what you have to write through. You know what I mean? No. It was like, where's the other Caterham? He's out in Q1. So Caterhams are both out. The pace that they shown earlier in the season when they were contesting for 11th, 12th, you know, Kovalainen reached Q3 on a couple of occasions. He's not found that pace, so he's P16, by the way. The Ferraris continue to struggle. Alonso's only 10th, and Massa is fucking out in 17th. But yeah, it was difficult. I'll put it that way. So I should have went for broadcasting. I'd have torn that shit up. I love broadcast. Obviously, I'm a commentator. It would have been better to go for broadcasting, right? But yeah, freshman year was interesting. We'll put it that way. The other thing I hated is like, and I'm not. This is not the Debbie down on college. Don't get me wrong. It's. I mean, you get a degree in computer science. You're gonna do amazing things. Don't get me wrong at all. It's just not for everybody, right? And I'm one of those people. But, man, I had to take some courses that were just crap. I remember I had to take a health course, and I was like, good, let me learn about the human body and nutrition and health. And this guy was like, no, you're going to be volunteering cleaning up at the stadium. I'm like, what? Whoa. Little too hard on the DRS while that was open. Little too hard on the DRS. Little too hard on the turning. So yeah, like, I'm like, what does cleaning up trash at a stadium have to do with health? Like, I've come here to learn, essentially, like, about the human body. So yeah, it wasn't. I did not go to a great school though. Like, the more I think about, the more. And my school's actually being made redundant in a way. Like, my school's merging with another university, and they're going to become one university, which I'm kind of amazed at, and I'm actually a little bit worried for, because the town that school was in was like one of those small university towns. So I live in the middle of nowhere. My college was in the middle of nowhere as well. Like, it was in a town that had maybe 400 people, like, not counting the students, maybe 400 people in it. I remember it had a Quiznos, it had a Subway, it had an independent bar and restaurant. It had 2 independent bar and restaurants, sorry. And a beer distributor, and I had a gas station. That was it. That was my town. It was 5 blocks long. So, it was not, by any stretch of the imagination, a big university, right? Or town, I should say. So, a lot of people from the town got jobs in the university. You know, the businesses in there relied on the university and constant flow of students, like, you know, things like that.
Absolutely fantastic.
Raikkonen, so Alonso got 10th. The Red Bulls are really split up. But yeah, I think yeah, I'm a little worried for that town. Economically, that's going to be a big blow. That college has been there since like 1850, 1890, I think, actually. Because I remember my high school is older than that college. So, but yeah, that's how bad it was. It was that it's merging. Race strat, 10% chance of rain. I really don't think we have to worry about it. It means the rain's around for about 5 to 6 laps maximum, so it might be enough to disturb the track enough to go into inters. I don't think it's going to be a big worry. The primes will stretch to lap 21. We'll go on the options at 21. We'll run the options for 12 laps. And then we'll run the primes to the end. So a 2-stop race in Silver. How the hell, by the way, is Canada a 4-stop race, but then Silverstone is a 2-stop race. Canada has 3 huge straights, right? Silverstone has nothing but fast-paced corners. Maggots, Beckett's, Chapel, freaking even Stowe, right? It has really fast-paced corner. Cops, obviously, right? And the tires are just absolutely going nuclear on you throughout the lap because of such. But it's a 2-stop race. But then Canada with three straights is a 4-stop race. How does that even happen? I have no clue. I'm going to go... We're going to go normal for the fuel load. And we're going to go out, and we're going to get to the track immediately. We're going to go racing. I'm not even going to delay. But yeah. I hope it goes well. I hope you enjoy the computer science and you're making Skyrim mods in the future. No, I'm just teasing. Or you're making CS mods. What they do is amazing. I will always be blown away by a mod community, you know? Even this game, I'm running this game with a mod right now. Like, it's just a graphics mod. But
the boss wants another podium finish this weekend. Come on, we know you can do it.
yeah, that's because Williams is run out of, I want to say Milton Keynes. Thanks. Yeah, no problem. This is like the home race for Williams because I can't remember if it's Milton Keynes or elsewhere. But Williams is run out of Great Britain, so this is like their home race. I might have spun somebody turn 1. I don't know. I thought that Red Bull came across pretty aggressive. Whoever was in second place, I thought came off aggressive. Did I actually spin somebody is the question. It doesn't look that way. Everybody kind of looks around where they started. Nobody's in. I thought I spun Vettel. But it looks to be fine. Oh, I'm just going to completely forget, by the way, that I have 52 laps of fuel in this car. And just absolutely blow it. And now there goes Vettel. I'm going to miss that apex. I'm going to burn all the rest of my curves for the lap. Vettel's trying to defend. I'm going to go the outside of cops, and we get the move back.
Great move.
Eat shit, Vettel. But yeah, I want to say computer science would be something I would have done, man, because, I don't know. Learning how to code and then make your own shit with code is awesome. Like, I love mods, and being able to make my own mod would have been amazing, right? Like, that's just got to be some of the funnest, I'd imagine, geekiest shit ever. I've seen people, like, try to make, like the Ghost in the Shell game, which, I don't know if people remember the Ghost in the Shell game, but it was called Ghost in the Shell. I had the freaking longest title in the world. It was called Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex First Assault Online. That was the full title. And the game was actually incredibly fun. Like, you would think anime games are usually crap, kind of like my driving right now. Like, we've all seen that Naruto fighting game where the guys glitch through the floor in the ocean and shit. Like, it's just terrible, right? Anime games are usually not great. But this one was a lot of fun. Like, the weapons and the gunplay was, like, really crisp. Like, it just was just really, really good. And they had like 3 or 4 different game modes, and all of them were fun and very competitive and intense. Like, it was awesome. They had like team deathmatch if you just wanted to go kill shit. They had like almost like a King of the Hill style. Like, it was really fun. And each agent had their own abilities, kind of like Valorant, but they were based on the character. So like, the Major had invisibility cloak, where you couldn't see her for like a period of time, and It was like Unreal Tournament, but crossed with CS. So I don't want to say it was like Valorant back in the day, right? Because Valorant, each agent has like multiple different skills, and this one, the agent only has one skill. Like the Major only had the invisibility cloak, like they didn't have anything else. So the game wasn't like ever too OP. I mean, the Tachikomas in the game were really, really OP, but they nerfed them towards the end of the game's life, and they weren't that bad anymore. But I watched some guy who used to, he doesn't stream it anymore. The project kind of died, but he had a team of like 6 to 8 people, and they were working on like bringing the game back, because the game developer, I want to say after about a year, maybe a year and a half, decided to just shut the game down. And I was like, that's a shame, because that game was a shit ton of fun. Yeah, we kind of lost the game. So, and it's one of those things where you couldn't play an offline version. Like, you could play against bots if you wanted to, but you had to connect to the online servers to start the lobby. And it was one of those things where, like, if you don't have an online connection to the server, like, you can't play the game. And yeah, they shut the servers down. But really, really fun game. Very, very, very fun. So, actually, I don't want to say it was Unreal Tournament. It's more like Call of Duty mixed with Counter-Strike. Because there was a game mode that was exactly like CS in there. And that game mode was a lot of fun. There's nothing like using the invisibility cloak and sneaking past one guy in a hall to just knife kill somebody on a bomb site and then plant the bomb. Like, it's so much fun. We had to take out like a comms array tower, and you're going up there trying to, you use the visibility cloak, you like kill 1 or 2 guys defending it in the back line and start hacking the tower to take it offline. Like, the shit was just so much fun. But it wasn't free to play. It was like $10. I remember. It was $10 for the basic mode, and then like the deluxe mode actually gave you like a lot, like a big advantage to start with, which is what turned a lot of players off at the start. And the deluxe mode was like 35, maybe. Because basically, if you bought the game, you could start with 1 agent. You had to grind the coins for like upgrading the weapons, because you would grind in-game coins to like buy weapons. And then you could attach those weapons to your loadout, and then you could also buy attachments, and then you could level the attachments, and yeah, you could also level the agent abilities, so like your effects lasted longer. So, and if you started with the deluxe edition, you basically had like 3 agents to start. Whereas all the free players basically just started with the major. So you were if you didn't buy the deluxe version, you were getting fucked up early for like the first 2 months. You were just getting straight fucked up. But that was a great game. I do miss that game from time to time. I say I miss a lot of games. Like, I miss Unreal Tournament and things like that. But Unreal Tournament's around. Like, if I wanted to play Unreal Tournament, I could fire Unreal Tournament up. You know, if I wanted to play it online, I could find a server with 10 people in it. You know what I mean? Like, you can still find, it's like CS 1.6, right? If you wanted to play 1.6, or you wanted to play Original Day Defeat, you could fire it up and play it. Like, the games I miss sometimes the most are like the ones that are gone, like Ghost in the Shell, like Pengya. Sure, I can play Pengya, I have it installed, but it's like a fan adaptation, and the servers only hold like 10 people max, and nobody plays versus mode anymore because of that. Because I used to play like 4-player versus mode in Pengya, and the game took like 3 hours. I mean, it was a long game, but if you played with friends, like, you would just play for 3 hours and enjoy a game and then go on and do something else. But You know, yeah, that game's gone now. And I'm trying to think of what else is gone. Chrome Hounds, freaking, I've talked enough about Chrome Hounds on the stream, man. Chrome Hounds was my shit. Chrome Hounds is one of the greatest multiplayer games I've probably ever played. And From Software still won't give us and Sega still won't give us a Chrome Hounds 2. We got an Armored Core 5 out of that. That was okay, but not anything fantastic. And we aren't getting Chrome Hounds 2. I'm like, bro. When? Like, there's some game series I know are dead. Like I know are fucking dead. Like Pong Yao's not coming back. It's over. Rumble Roses isn't coming back. That's over. The creator, so Konami owns the rights to that. They have no interest in making another game. And the creator of that series died. So the rights were co-shared, but he didn't give them in the will. He didn't write his half of the rights in his will. So when he died, Konami gained full control of the rights and the IP, and they have absolutely no interest in making that game because it just didn't have the sales either in Japan, or where it was kind of targeted actually, or in America where it was kind of released as an afterthought. So that game's dead. There was a mod, or I don't want to say a mod, but an independent game called Modular Assault Vehicle Online, or MAV Online, and it's like the spiritual successor to Chrome Hounds, but made like compared to what Chrome Hounds was, it's an alpha at best. So they've worked a lot on it. Like they made a ton of improvements from what it was when the project began. I still think the project is going on, but its progress is very slow. And you know, it's just not the complete game. Like Chrome Hounds was the complete package, man. And it's also like 25 bucks, I think. So I'm like, I'm not gonna pay 25 bucks for an alpha. I'm sorry. Like the early access betas or whatever you want to call them that Steam offers, I'm still uneasy with buying from time to time because I bought some early access that have just been shit. Like I bought like PUBG, when PUBG was early access, was atrocious compared to what it is now. But then like RimWorld was decent. No, I haven't played RimWorld in a minute, but I probably won't. All right, we're already on lap 7. We're about to be on lap 8. We're about to be 7 laps in the books here. Just like that, we're practically 14% done this Grand Prix. Now there's a big Grand Prix on tomorrow, and that's Brazil. And I can't believe the just behind the scenes bullshit that's going on. I don't know how Max, by the way, didn't get a penalty. Like, I wouldn't call myself a Hamilton fanboy, right? I'm not a Hamilton fanboy. By the way, do I have the tags on to this stream correctly? I thought I added them. Yeah, I do. We're good. We're good on the tag front. I mean, I like Hamilton, don't get me wrong. I have the same problem with Verstappen that I had with Vettel, and that is when he's really young, like he is now, he's like super arrogant. Like with the shit with Bottas the other week, when Bottas was getting blues and he he let him by, and then he wouldn't pass him, and then he let, like, bro, like, just let him go. Like, just let him go. You're not racing him. He's in my way. No, he's not. You're fucking 17 seconds ahead. Like, chill. Let him go. Like, you're not gonna prevent him from taking the fastest lap off you. Like, you're not gonna do that. Like, just let him go and just focus on your race, man. And that was his inexperience showing, and it didn't cost him in the end. Obviously, he still won the race. But I'm like, bro, like.
You're coming up on a group of slow-moving cars. Try to pass them quickly.
Or the really one that set me off about Max was the fucking Italy drama. Well, if he leaves me enough space, mate, you're going through the chicane. You're driving into a disappearing wedge because you're on the inside part of the second half of the chicane. Like, you are never going to get the pass done there. You are never going to make the pass done there in the position your car is in. Like, but he didn't want to back out, and he's like, "Well, it's not my fault. I should have left me room." And the steward slapped you on a 5-place grid penalty for the next race, and you're tweeting out, "It's not really my fault. You should have left more space." No, mate, motherfucker, it was your fault. Like, you made a bad decision. Like, you gotta learn from that shit. That's a learning opportunity, you know what I mean? You got to Glock, get the fuck out of the way, bro. You got blue flags. But I understand in a moment it can be hard, but I mean, come on. There's another one. I'm going to take out all those bollards by the end of the race, so get ready. But yeah, I wouldn't call myself a Hamilton fanboy, but my point was going to be, if I'm the FIA, and I know I've got one of the spiciest championships going on this season, and I know the Mercedes broke the rules, and I have to penalize them, like I have to do it. And I know Max also broke the rules. I'm not fining Max. I'm sticking him at the back of the grid during the sprint race. If I want to try this new sprint race format and get the fans excited in it, what better way to do it than by sticking the two guys who are fighting for the championship at the back of the grid and saying, go. Like, come on, man. That's an opportunity missed right there. Because now Hamilton's 5th. And he starts the race tomorrow 5th. And I'm like, dude, he was the only one passing anybody. Like his passes were the most exciting thing about that sprint race. I don't know, sprint race qualifying is just not good. It's just not a good format. The Q1, Q2, Q3 they use now I think is really good. There's still so much excitement about that. Like, you can build so much hype. There it is. Oh, that bollard flew, bro. That bollard's in the stands, man. That was a field goal and a half right there. I got 3 points for that bollard right there. Somebody replied to that tweet I made about American football, by the way, and they're like, "Don't watch baseball then." And I'm like, I like baseball. Like, I don't know what's wrong with you. I like baseball. Like, I don't.
Traffic ahead. Stay alert.
And they're like, "Well, that's stop and start too. How do you like that? And you don't like American football?" And I'm like, because I know what I'm getting into when I watch baseball. Everybody who goes to watch baseball knows what they're getting into, right? You know how the sport is. You know the sport is slower. It's not timed. You gotta get 27 outs. Like, everybody knows that, right? So I don't mind that. Like, when I go to baseball, I know I'm gonna devote an undetermined amount of time. I know it's gonna take up the rest of the evening. Like, I'm okay with that. That's a precondition that I agreed to prior to going to watch a baseball game. Like, when I go to watch an American football game, people go, it's over in 3 hours. And then I got a game on TV that takes an hour to play each quarter, and it's a complete blowout. Like, nah. And then there was another game on. My dad had texted me about it. I don't know why. He knows I don't really like American football, but it wasn't a blowout. It was a decent game. I think it was only like a 9 or 10 point game. And it still like took 3 hours to do the first three. Like they were in the fourth quarter, but they were only like 3 minutes in. And it was 3 hours into 3 minutes into the fourth quarter, and they had already been playing for 3 hours. I'm like, dude, you can't advertise me a game that says it takes 60 minutes. And it takes over 3 hours to complete that 60 minutes. Like, I'm going to struggle here. Like, ice hockey takes 60 minutes. And most games are done in, oh my God, guys, don't be doing that. Most games are done in like 2 hour 15, 2 hour 20. Like, still not great, but I'm not devoting a whole evening to it. I'm devoting 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Like, I can go to a game, drive home, and go to bed at a reasonable hour. My boss watches it all the time, American football, and he'll watch every Thursday night game, every Monday night game, every Sunday night game. He comes in, he'll watch the Sunday night game, which starts at 8. It'll finish at like 11. He'll be like, or 11:30, I should say, close to midnight. And he'll be like, get up at 6. So he's a little tired Monday, but then he'll stay up and watch the Monday night game. And Tuesday, he's lethargic, man. Every Tuesday. And I'm like, dude. Like, when I used to watch hockey, because I was an Oilers fan, that was me, because their games didn't start till fucking 9:30, and they finished at midnight.
Good distance between yourself and the car behind.
Or just before midnight. So yeah, I'd be tired. But now I don't really watch hockey anymore. I don't have that problem. I have that problem when I go to Union games because it takes 75 minutes to get to and from. Or 75 minutes to get to or from. Not to and from, to or from. So game starts at 7:30, ends at 9:30. I mean, I'm getting home at like 11. By the time you walk through the parking lot, get to the car, and get out of the parking lot, it's like 11, 11:15. So yeah, I'm a little tired next day, but we don't have a lot of midweek games. The only reason we had so many this week, which I want to say we had about 4 or 5 this year, is because we played in the freaking Champions League, man. And who's not gonna go to a Champions League game? So I know one thing, we are flying through these laps, my man. Flying through. We have got +5 on the car in terms of fuel. We are about 24% done with the Grand Prix. That is a terrible corner. Oh my God. When's my lap? 21. That front left looking like it's getting there. You can see the grain on the tire too, on that front left. Not looking too hot. It's got less than another 8 laps.
There are quite a few cars in the pits right now.
Those are all the cars on softs coming out of the pits. Everybody on softs is coming in for a pit stop right now.
Bruno is in the pits.
Including our teammate, who has yet to score points this season, by the way. I don't think he will. I don't think no matter how many upgrades we get successfully put on the car, Bruno Senna will score points this season. I did say Caterham will before the end of the season. They now no longer look like the car that they were for the opening 5 races of the season. And I still think Caterham will. I still think they will. There's bound to be a crazy race like Singapore or something. Usually it's around Singapore. But we're almost halfway through the season. This is race 9 of the 3rd season. Remember, there's only 20 races on the calendar this year of F1, this iteration of F1. Whereas in my one save currently there's 21. And then the very next season, now that Imola has been added, there'll be 22. So once I finish some of the franchise modes or career modes, a season in that, there'll be 22 races. So
The car behind has just fitted a set of prime tyres. Prime tyres.
So they're doing option, prime, option. We're doing prime, option, prime. Or no, they might be doing option, prime, prime. I'm sorry. I don't think I can get away with option, prime, option. They're doing option, prime, prime. We are doing prime, option, prime. Kick it into Rich. Kick it into Rich. So I'm probably not going to be able to get the stream tomorrow because just what schedule's like for the rest of the week. I'm more than likely not going to be able to stream tomorrow because I have to help my dad in the morning. He needs help with his Medicare plan because it's changing. Surprise, surprise, something offered by the government is changing every year. And then 10:30 is like the start of the coverage for the Brazil Grand Prix, so for the Brazilian Grand Prix. So I don't know. I don't usually watch qualifying for F1, and I don't watch the free practice sessions. I only watch the races, really. And obviously in the sprint race weekends, I watch the sprint races. But oh, that was awful. Consistency is definitely something I need to work on. If nobody in the room can tell by now. But the other thing is too. Yeah, I mainly only watch the races. And I'm the kind of guy who will eat up all that pre-race coverage. Because I miss qualifying and practice and all that, I watch all the pre-race coverage. I don't watch any of the post-race stuff. Mainly just the pre-race stuff. But yeah, I'll eat all that up. So 10:30 that'll start. I'll be in the TV. I'll be at the TV at 10:30. So tomorrow I gotta help my dad watch I'm gonna watch the Brazilian Grand Prix. I've had a massive lag spike. Whoa, bud. What's going on here? Why are we lagging? Why are we lagging? I think... Oh my god, it is really bad. What happened? Do I have to reset the router? I might have to reset the router. We're going to kick it to a BRB because I am probably going to have to go reset the router because this looks like a horrendous spike. So I'm going to be right back. I'm going to run ads again, clear them out for the rest of the stream, and I'm going to reset the router in the process. So we'll be right back. Okay. Would look to be that the problem was very quickly resolved itself. So, I actually didn't go and reset the router. Just looks like the internet came back the moment I actually, or at some point in time, I should say, during the 3-minute break. So, let's get back to it, right? Please tell me I went. Okay, yeah, I did. I should be on the right screen, right? Yeah, I'm on the game screen. Yeah. I don't know why I second guessed myself there, but here we go. Now I'm all out of position and shit. I gotta get the chair right because I. Marge, go make some coffee, or make a pot of coffee, drink it, and start flipping burgers. I'm gonna be here a while. When Homer. Oh no! Don't tell me the lag's back. No. Why is the lag? Okay, I don't know. I locked the front right by going into the gravel, or by going into the grass, I should say. So. You got that blue flag. Move your ass back over. Daniel Ricciardo. Crazy to think he's actually been in F1 that long. Like, he's still a really good race car driver too. Like, little inconsistent. Needs to find some consistency. But he's good. I don't know why we're really like flirting with lagging. So yeah, I don't know why the lag spike. I have no clue why this is happening. It's bad. It's when it spikes bad. Interesting. I am actually going to need to. Yeah, I'm actually going to need to reset the router this time. All right. Well, no, then it recovers itself, and then it crashes again, and then it recovers itself. Interesting. For right now, I'm gonna hope it passes. But if it gets above a certain rate, I'll actually go reset the internet. Trying to keep an eye on it and then also drive at the same time is just so distracting. Yeah, I'm gonna go reset it actually. We're just gonna say fuck it and reset it. We'll be right back again. We are actually gonna reset the router this time and hopefully that resolves the issue. It's not really resolved. It's not resolved the lag issue, unfortunately. So the problem mainly is, yeah, it's not resolved the lag issue at all. Um, so one of the problems is it's LTE internet, right? Which means um, it's extremely dependent upon other usage in the area. And if other usage in the area is high, then there is more, there's a higher, what do you call it the range with which your ping will fluctuate? Noise. Um, so that's kind of the downside. And right now it's like 9:30 on a freaking Saturday, so fucking everybody's streaming Netflix or some bullshit, right? So bet you they're not watching Drive to Survive though. But yeah, like I can see ups and downs. Like I have the task manager open right now, and I can see ups and downs within the graph that are specifically correlated to OBS right now. This is bad. I mean, bad. So I'm going to drop down to 2350 and see how we're doing. But even then, it ain't hot. I don't want to have to go down to, so output right now is at 1536 by 864. I don't want to have to drop that. I will if I mean, this is obviously for future streams. I will if I need to, but I don't want to have to. So I've dropped it to 2150. It looks like we're good. I'm wondering if I can bring it back up to 22 real quick. '22, we're struggling again. Interesting. 21. We're still struggling. It's so bad. Like it's such a bad spike. Like right now, it's at 24.3%. Like it is a high amount of frame loss. Wow, what is going on, guys? Interestingly enough. Are we done? Are we done? It seems to go through this every once in a while where it just has periods where it's extremely bad and then it resets itself. And right now it just seems to be one of those periods where it is extremely bad. So I'm down on 2150. We'll see if that is stable enough or low enough that it returns some stability, and then maybe as the night gets a little bit later, we'll go back up. Let's talk about the stream for the rest of the week, though, right? So no stream tomorrow. We explained. After the Brazilian Grand Prix, by the way, I will have to cast. I have AOR, so I have to cast Apex Online Racing on their YouTube. European League is at 3, and the North American League is at 8. So I got all that tomorrow, so that's gonna book my day. Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday, I should say at least. Monday, Tuesday, I will be streaming when I get home. So when I get home, I'll be streaming this. Wednesday, I have a half day. So, and then Saturday, I have a half day. Saturday, I could probably stream at night on Saturday. it's up in the air. The Union have a playoff game at 2:30. I'll be there. And then I think we'll be home around like, we'll probably get home around like 7, 6 or 7. So there's the potential to stream at night. No, I have a half day tomorrow. Shit. I just forgot. What am I doing? I'm gonna be like getting home just in time for the Brazil Grand Prix coverage, for the race, not even the coverage. Derp for derp. There's no real life F1 next Sunday. So I don't know. I really don't know. I might, so I'm not bogged down by like having to worry about a race time is my point next Sunday. So next Sunday will be fine. This Sunday, aka tomorrow, not gonna happen. No, it's not gonna happen next Sunday either because I got the AOR. Yeah. So. I don't know. It'll be interesting. So, but definitely Monday, Tuesday, I'll be streaming. And then Wednesday I only have a half day, so I'll probably be streaming. And then Thursday, Friday, I'm also going to try to stream. Saturday, next Sunday, probably not. The only time I'll be available to is the Sunday evenings. And then it's the week of Thanksgiving. Monday and Tuesday, probably. And then Wednesday, maybe. The Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving is a maybe. Thanksgiving, obviously, I won't be able to. And then, obviously, you've got the day after Thanksgiving. There's no way. Oh, come on now. What the fuck, man? Why is it like so bad? What the fuck? I'm gonna reset it again. Oh, I'm on the BRIB screen the whole time. Whoops. I'm gonna reset the internet again. See how it is. You haven't missed much. You missed about 4 laps. So, I'm gonna reset it again though. Alright, we seem to be back and working. We seem to be back and working. So much for the drama. Box is just garbage as well. So let's see if we can kick it back to 24. And if we're going to have issues. Doesn't seem like right now we have issues. So crisis for right now has been averted. Let's get back. Sorry you missed a few laps. My bad. I'm an idiot. Although, you know, I didn't necessarily expect to have to get up my chair so many damn times because the internet lags. We're on lap 20. We haven't yet come into the pit. That front left looking real rough right now. That front left looking like my lips during winter, man. That shit chapped. That shit is looking like it is barbecued, bro. And she is ready to come off the grill. She got to last one more lap. So. I mean, look at the front left. Look at how freaking grained that tire is, man. Look at how absolutely...
The pit crew are ready for you at the end of this lap. Box this lap.
You're going to need some extra strength dandruff shampoo on that fucking front left tire, bro. That shit is absolutely charred, bro. That shit is just all over the place. Oh, I did not make you brake like that, Petrov. Do not be looking at me, bro. Petro had a little spin there, a little bit. He went off. We're gonna box. Remember at the end of this lap. So that front left is really red, but it's got to last us, man. It's got to get us around this last lap. I'm gonna use a lot, probably the remaining curves down the run to stow.
Pit in.
I'm gonna pit, don't worry. I don't think that front left can take much more, man. I gotta pit, bro. I gotta pit. There's no excuse. Alright, here we go. Break time. I think that was Sauber that was just putting tires away from the pit crew. 3.7, not great. Not great for a pit stop, but it is what it is. You'd love to just come out on the track on all of that marble like fuck, bro.
With the option tires, just one stop to go now.
Now, if I stop for the options again, I'll have to make it a 3-stop.
Radar suggests light rain in around 15 minutes.
Interesting. We are going to get that rain. Remember, 10% chance of it. It is overcast. I mean, look at how dark that sky is. So the rain's coming. Nice. It shouldn't last very long. Rain should only really last about 6-7 laps, maybe. Tops, man. I'm talking tops. I'll see if it's enough to switch on the inters. We might have to come out for inters for like 2-3 laps and then Or it might be one of those things where it rains 2 laps, and then we go on to inters, right? And then 3 laps later it stops raining, but the track is still wet enough for inters. And then we like wind up running on inters for like an extra 4 or 5 laps because the track just hasn't dried yet. When you get like a proper mini stint on the inter tires. It's a possibility. I ain't gonna put it past the game. Tracks are generally very quick to wet, but very lengthy to dry in this game, which is kind of exactly how it is in real life. Like 2010, you never used inters, bro. You went on the inters for like 1 lap. You came right in for wets. Like that was, and then when wets were done, you came on the inters for like 1 lap, and then you went right over the slicks. Like. ...2011 had a bit of that problem too. This game not so much. This game was a lot better at that. Oh, there's the lag again. What the fuck, man? I'm starting to get mad, bro. Like, the box was the problem the last time. I don't want it to be the problem again, bro. Let's drop the stream back down to 2150. Okay? Just because, fuck this noise. And now, let's go back racing. So we got an hour and a half before the ads even kick in. We got an hour 45 before the stream's supposed to be done. It'll be done before that probably, unless I have to stop again for more lag issues. Which I don't want to have to do. I do gotta say, like streams like tonight, and with the issues, with the lag issues, and I'm already on 2450, now 2150, make me realize I can't wait till freaking I'm back at Nerd, bro. Like, I could go back there now to stream, just to stream, but I'm not. I'm gonna wait, man. I'm gonna wait till January. Fucking Jesus Christ with the stream. Or with the lag. There's nothing really I can do. We're just gonna have to fight through it. I've reset the router 1,000,000 times. I could reset it again. I might have to. Inconsistency because I'm trying to watch the speed with the there you go. Is it coming back? It should be coming back. There you go. I've got my eye on you. That's how I feel.
We think there's a chance of light rain
Oh,
in 15 minutes time.
oh, it's not a chance, bro. We getting light rain. It ain't even a doubt, brother. It's coming. So tomorrow's race will be interesting. My only question too is like, and I think I'm going to be okay, but like the last 3 races, so there's 4 lit races left, right? There's, I mean, excluding Brazil, obviously, which is tomorrow. There's 4 races left, right? There's Qatar. There's 3. There's Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and there's the United Arab Emirates, right? As we watch Massa run at P11, that's a big improvement for that Ferrari. Given that Ferrari qualified, I believe, 17th. But yeah, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and United Arab Emirates is all that's left, I believe. So on like, what time are those races going to be on in America? Like, oh, I locked up and that slid me long. That slid me way too. It slid me wide. And I got grass and everything on the tires. So if it's like it's gonna be like a 7-8 hour difference. So if they do like a 4 p.m. that's gonna be like an 8 a.m. time. But I'd imagine Qatar, they're gonna want to do under the lights. So, and it might be the same for Saudi Arabia. It's definitely the same for UAE. UAE will start at like dusk. So, oh my God, there's the lag again. Jesus Christ. When am I not going to have internet problems? It's really annoying. So if you're watching the live stream, apologies. The internet is just really bad tonight. It wasn't all this way. It was fine for the first hour 45 of the stream. But since then it's been detestable, we'll say. Really. And if you're watching the recording, I'm sorry I keep talking about it. You are watching this in crisp quality. If this is the recording, mate, you hit that YouTube, you can watch it without the lag, without the interruptions. I mean, you're still gonna have the pause and everything, but without the frame skips, the frame drops. So I wonder, is it Windows? Could it be Windows? Because like Steam is not downloading anything. Steam is fine. Windows update. Is it fucking with me? I don't want this computer to run Windows 11. Windows 11 is booty cheeks. There is an update, but I haven't downloaded and installed it yet. And I'm not going to right now, obviously, because I'm streaming. So, lag's gone. Back to racing. We are halfway through this British Grand Prix as well. Vettel's still second from Rosberg. I want to say it was McLaren that gained a point on us, or it could have been Red Bull that gained a point in the constructors last time out. Not 100%. Not 100% sure. Hamilton is 9th. Oh, hey, whoa, Bruno Senna is running in the points right now in 8th. But I have a feeling we're in one of those areas where, like, people have started to stop for tires and some people haven't, so.
We think there's a chance of line rain in 10 minutes time. 10 minutes.
Oh, it's going to be more than 10 minutes. I mean, sure, it's not going to be 10 minutes. It's going to be in, like, within the next 5, man. He's got to go to, I believe, 33. Yes. So 33 for the options. And then we're going to come out on primes for the last 19 again. So it's Weber from Hamilton, and then Bruno Senna in P8. P7, who's P7 is the question. We're catching up to P7 here. We're gonna add a lap around P7.
Looking at the figures, we think that Rosberg will be stopping in 3 laps time.
It's not Carthagena, that's P17. Who's P7? That's the question. They should be right here. Oh, all that marble. Whoops. Whoops. And that front right still got marble on it. Jesus. Go. Sweetie Smoothie, I want that booty. Give me that booty. Who is it? Raikkonen in the Lotus is P7. Now remember, Grosjean is second in the drivers right now. Lotus, I believe it's Lotus that actually gained the point on us last race. Now I remember it because they are second in the constructors. They had 2 top 5 finishers. So Perez in the Sauber running P6. I run wide because I locked it up. I got marbles on the tires. I am really bad at this. Oh, I hit pause instead of Kurz. Let's see. So it is right now Weber from Hamilton and Senna, Raikkonen, and Perez. P5 and P4. We have more left traffic coming up. And I've run wide again, man. Tires are getting pretty worn as well, and I need to be they need to last another 3 laps. I think they'll be fine. Button P5, Schumacher P4, Rosberg P3, Vettel's P2. So right now, as it stands, Red Bull Racing are taking away 19 points. We'll gain 6 points on Red Bull Racing. McLaren, that is rain, by the way, that's falling around the first sector. McLaren.
There's a chance of light rain in a few minutes' time.
So McLaren have.
The guys have run the numbers, and we calculate that Rosberg will be pitting within the next 2 laps.
McLaren have 9th and 9th and 5th right now. So that is going to be 12 points. We would gain 13 points on McLaren right now. Lotus have only Raikkonen in the top 10. He is in 7th. That is only going to be worth 6 points. So that means we'll gain 19 points on Lotus as things stand. I haven't seen Grosjean actually. He might have DNF'd. I'm not 100% sure. Mercedes have 3rd and 4th right now. That is 27 points. So they would actually gain 2 points on us, but I don't think they're close really to us in the championship. Although I think they're right. I think they are literally right behind Lotus in this constructor. So it might be one of those things where they overtake them. Lap 32 of 52. Sorry, that was my voice. Absolutely shot. We are very much 60% of the way through this race. I am going to come back over here. We're just going to start increasing the quality as the internet seems to perform better and better. So now we're going to go up to 2250, and we're going to slowly work it back up to 2450, I think. By pick at Cops. Oh, there's a lag. It's back. It's only brief. Let's hope it stays that way. Let's hope we stay green. Interesting thing is, oh no, there it is. Of course it would. The interesting thing is, if you've watched the 2021 streams I have done, there are safety cars. We do get a bit of them actually. In the career modes that I have played, 2010, 2011, and now 2012, those 3 games combined, I have had 1 safety car in career mode. 1. And it was 2011 in Monaco when 3 cars crashed into each other and out of the race sequentially. At the swimming pool chicane. It's raining but the sun's out. I want my rainbow. Sunshine, love it, pops and rainbows, everything. That's what I want right now. I want everything. Now, interestingly enough as well, there are no red flags in the new version of the game. There's red flags in F1 2012, I believe. And if not, there's at least a mod that adds them. Here's the, it's time to go for the pits. Going on to the prime tire right now. So, less than 20 laps left. It's a 3.0. That's a decent pit stop. Good job, boys. Good job. Blue flag at the pit exit.
No more scheduled pit stops, so look after your tyres.
Schumy's in 4th, Rosberg's in 3rd. That is a lot of points, bro.
We're starting to see light rain out on track.
I know, bro. I'm so mad. I'm like, please don't turn into inner conditions, because I just put new dry tires on, bro. Like I just did it. These primes can get me to the end too. Rosberg P3. Got away with one there, but I had that frame drop, bro. Got a little bit of that frame drop. I know y'all saw it. It's okay.
The guy behind has had a set of prime tyres fitted to the car.
So Vettel's just pitted.
By the looks of it.
Vettel has just pitted. Oh, I'm sorry, it's Rosberg. Has to be Rosberg. Somebody, because Button's just passed Rosberg. Oh no, Rosberg's just passed Button back, so they're just racing right now. Those two. Those two are just straight up racing right now. The track's looking like it's starting to get that wetness to it a little bit, like a little dampened parts, but definitely not enough for inters. It just looks like you could tell it has rained. Like it's one of those things where it's not damp for inters. No way, not even close. But you can tell it's raining. That's it. Like just based on the track. I've had a wave of exhaustion come over me. I don't know why. But we have got 18 laps left. About to be 17 when we cross the line. It's not too bad. We're going to get through this race. We are 70% of the way. Almost. Right now we're 66 as we cross that line. So we're 2/3 of the way done this race. Getting the hang of it. I think Hockenheim is next. Another fun little track. Curbs are a little dangerous there though. Especially going into that sector 3. And that big hairpin at sector 1 as well. That one's a little dangerous. Still, fun track. Sorry. And after that, I think we got Hungary. Spa, Monza. After Monza, I believe we have Suzuka. And then Singapore, or yeah, I think Singapore, Korea, India, the United States, Brazil, or I'm sorry, United States, the United Arab Emirates, and then Brazil. Oh, I hit the pause instead of the DRS again, or the curves again. So I don't think I'll finish season 3 by the time the new podium pass comes out. Because you're talking about really 11 races with all the practice sessions and the qualifying. I don't think that'll happen, but this next podium pass is going to be season 3 of the podium pass for F1 2021. And I think between seasons 3 and 4, we'll finish this 3rd season of the 2012 campaign. And then season 4 will come out for the podium pass for F1 2021. We'll finish that, and then by then probably get the new game, in all honesty. So these podium passes last about 50 days. You gotta think, right?
We need you to get some heat into the brakes. Brake hard into the next couple of corners.
2 weeks. So it's a week starting Cyber Monday, right? And you figure really 8 weeks. That takes you into January, and then another 2 weeks off. Takes you to the end of January. Podium pass starts February. Another 8 weeks takes you into really the end of May, or the end of March. 2 weeks off in the second week of April, Easter. One more 8-week podium pass probably. Probably one more 8-week podium pass. That'll take you to the middle of May, and by then you got the new game coming out in June. So I think, yeah, probably 3 more podium passes. So of course, we're running all the old school games back. This one, the career mode, lasts 5 seasons. We're 3 seasons in. We're gonna run it back, obviously. We're gonna run seasons 4 and 5. Then we'll switch on to 2013, which is everybody's favorite game. If you played the F1 games, everybody seems to love 2013. I haven't played 2013 yet. My favorite right now is 2021, but there needs to be a lot of improvement on that. I'd really like 2011 as well, actually, even though the fucking handling in that was nowhere near realistic and absolutely terrible. Although this is not great, but 21 and 20, 10 and 11, I should say, the handling were fucking atrocious. It was so agitating. That was a new fastest lap, by the way, on primes. Our qualifying time was like a 1:38.3, 1:38.4 maybe. We're within a second of that. And we just went purple in Sector 1 as well. No DRS. Remember, no DRS. So we're not within a second of any car. There's that I didn't brake policy, and now you see the brakes got no heat. overshoot everything about the last few corners. I still set a purple lap. Oh, I almost did. Right at the end, I lost it. That felt like a really good lap, and I ruined it there. It's alright. Plenty more opportunity to break that fastest lap. I think I can get into the 138s before the race is over. I don't know, it's gonna be tough. There we go. That time I did brake. So my brakes got a little bit of heat in them. I'm now a 10th off the pace. So, a little bit deep there. Ooh, there it is. There's that 38 right away, man. Smack, 38.7. That's good. That's almost our qualifying pace time. Or maybe our qualifying pace was like a 35. I can't remember. But we're not far off. Purple again through sector 1. All right. Nice. Purple again. Here we go. I don't think we can break. I don't think we can break the 37s. I just don't. But we'll see. Too wide there. Too wide back at the exit Stowe. .28.2 or 38.2, I mean. That's pretty good. That is purple. That is the fastest lap. All right, anyway. Yeah, no stream tomorrow. Stream on Monday. Next stream on Monday. That will be Hockenheim. There may be a stream on Tuesday as well. That will be Hungaroring probably. And then we will come back with Spa on Wednesday. Thursday we will be here with Monza, and then Friday we will be back with, actually Friday we probably won't stream, in all honesty, just because of the game and being out late, all that jazz. Oh, I've run it deep. I've just overshot everything again. and she slid. Tars having a field day. Benny, best driver, NA. What's up, Frosted? Frosted, you came in at literally the time I fucked up the most on this whole race, bro. Like, that was total NA driving, man. And that was, like, the worst lap I ever had, bro. I, like, the one lap I go Canyonero, bro. Canyonero. The one lap. And Frostless is here. What's up, brother? How you doing? I hate you, man. Say no, I love you, dude. What's going on, man? You got some time off now? You finally not working, bro? You finally off for the evening, brother? I literally tuned in. The first thing I see is you play across the green. Bro, I know. Bro, I know, bro. Bro, I can't even explain, bro. Yeah, I'm off till 9 a.m. Nice. How much longer, man? How much longer? 2 weeks? 3 weeks? Yo, Bruno Senna's still running 8th place, bro. My teammate might actually pick up points here. Like, he might, for the first time this season, actually contribute towards the Constructors' Championship. Oh, man. Not too much longer, depending on how shit goes. I'm planning for early / mid-December. Alright, man. Not right around the corner, bro. That's like a month away less. A month away or less. But I have no qualms about telling my boss to shove it if he gets on my ass. Nice. I've also been lagging. Like, you just saw a little lag spike there. I've been struggling. The internet really rode the struggle bus for like a good half hour. So I'm actually going to go back and up the quality a little. We were on 2450 when we hit the issues, and now I dropped it to 21. Now it's kind of settled off. I went up to 22. Now it's kind of settled off a little bit. Gonna bump it back up to 2350 now. Yeah, man, I don't know, man. I feel bad. I was explaining this earlier today, right? And I know what you're going through is fucking nothing. I mean, or I'm sorry, what I'm going through is fucking nothing compared to what you're going through. I almost got that backwards. But no, what I'm going through is nothing compared to what you're going through right now. But like, I'm hoping the department gets run efficiently enough to the point where we don't need to work weekends every weekend during peak like we do now. Like I'm hoping. Like, e-commerce is crazy, right? It's nuts. Especially come Black Friday and Cyber Monday, it's just fucking mental. But I'd like to think that there's a lot of experience that the company has gained, and that some of the supers who have been there a while have gained over 3 years of running this shit. And I'd like to think within 10 years' time, this company will get efficient enough at doing holiday seasons that we won't need to work 6-7 days a week during holiday seasons. But I don't, like, that's not gonna, like, just not gonna be anytime soon, man. They don't have the right people in the right places to make that happen right now. And it's growing way too quick. Like, growth would need to slow. And I have a few buddies high up in the Air Force trying to build up my sweet game. Oh, nice. Honestly, though, there reaches a point in every company where the person above you is not competent in their job. Well, here's the thing. The people above me are competent in my job, or competent in their job. I'm in a really good team. I'm surrounded by. The problem is it's another department that we provide coverage for that I can't say the same thing about. And that's the problem. We're working 6 days a week, 7 days a week, because they're working 6 days a week, 7 days a week. And they need coverage. They need our services. And that is unfortunately the weak point. That is unfortunate. That unfortunately is usually the weak point where shit goes wrong. Yeah, it is. It's just not really gone wrong yet. It's not really gone wrong yet. I will say that. I mean, it probably will come Black Friday because it always does come Black Friday. It's Black Friday. But my point is like, I look at what we got. I look at what I got. I look at the people around me. I look at the people below me. I look at the people above me, and I just can say, you know what? We got the right people in the right places. I look at other places around, and I'm like, they ain't got the right. They don't have the right pieces in the right places, man. And I'm already 2 double shots in because I'm in sweats, and my work line is on D&D. Yeah, that's what I do. People text me like when I'm off, I'm like, no. People used to see that I used to be in a different department, right? I'm not in e-commerce right now. I'm in inventory, right? When I used to work e-commerce back in the day, okay, this was when I was traveling to Frag, man. Or to Nerd Street, I mean, not to Frag. Sorry, to Nerd Street. Frag is a tournament. Nerd Street is the place, right? They would text me while I was commentating. I would be commentating at 10, 11 o'clock at night. And they would text me. And they'd be like, yo, hey. And I'd be like, I would just not answer. I got yelled at once by one of my bosses because I didn't answer his text at like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. Now, he had come in at 7 a.m. that day, and he was working from 7 a.m., or it was 8 a.m. He was working no, I beg your pardon. He had come in at 9 a.m. that day. Shift started at 8. I was there at 8, and he had come in at 9 a.m. And so he was there all day. He was there like 13, 14 hours. He yelled at me. He pulled me aside and was like, I need you to be able to be on call and answer the phone and blah, 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 blah. First off, I was an hourly associate at the time. So I got a write-up for not responding to my boss's text at 11:30 p.m. until 9:30 the next morning for insubordination by not communicating effectively. See, that's HR shit. That's shit you take to corporate HR. That shit I'm like, this is Oh, I straight ripped it in his face. Yeah, I wouldn't even sign it. I wouldn't even have fucking signed it. I said, I'm not signing this. Just fucking refusing to sign this shit. Documented the conversation with screenshots of all. Nice. See, my problem was too. It was like that, man. He was like, I'm like, look, I'm working. I told him, I said, I'm working a whole nother gig. I said, you don't take time away from them. They don't take time away from you. And I told him, like, I said, yeah, every file, yeah, let me have counter file, nice. Yeah, I told him, like, I said, like, you told me, right, to make sure that my other gigs didn't take time away from this place. I said, they don't. I made sure they don't. I said, you in return have to make sure you don't take time away from them. Like, it has to be like that. It has to be like that, right? It's only fair. Only fair. So people ask all the time too. They're like, "What's your Twitch?" Like in work, I'm like, "Nah, nah, just nah." Like you're not getting it. Like I would have people come in here, see, because I had people see that I was live and then would DM me on Twitch. I'm like, nah. I'm not, you know what I mean, about work. I'm like, I'm not gonna do this shit, bro. I'm not gonna fucking play these games, man. Yeah, some of my floor level, ooh, fuck, dude, ask, and I'm cool with them because I helped them set up their shit. But these guys are cool. Yeah, I just make it a policy. I treat it like dating, man. Okay, I ain't gonna date anybody I work with. Okay, ever. Like, it don't matter. Like, I cannot date somebody I work with, bro. Like, I have to have that space, right? I have to have that break. Like, it's not even something where it's like in the same department. Like, I cannot, if you work in the same building as me, I can't date you. Like, I'm sorry. I have to have that break. That space, man. Like, it just is what it is, right? Which is weird because the place I work at, we got a lot of families, including husbands and wives that work there. Which, that's cool, man. If you can do that, that's cool. I can't. I feel the same way about my Twitch stuff. Like, I can't. There's one guy I work with who follows my Twitch, man. That's it. Like, I cannot be giving it out, man. I'm not gonna. People have been asking, like, what's your Twitch? I'm like, I'm not giving it to you. Like, I'm sorry. I feel that, yeah. One dude keeps asking for it, and I keep telling him, like, it's all about being selected. It's not about being selected. Like, he could wind up finding me naturally, right, through, like, Twitch's page or whatever. Like, that's cool. I don't care. Like, you do that, you find me that way, like, fine. What am I gonna do, right? It's not that I know. No, fucking. Absolute fucking what a twat. Pick not getting out of the way. He's got a blue fucking flag, and he just parks himself in the middle of the fucking way. See, look at Petrov get out of the way. Pick is just in the fucking racing line, man. Like, come on, man. Don't slow up in the racing line because you want me to go around. You're in the fucking racing line, man. You gotta go. You gotta move aside, bro. That's what a blue flag is. It's not that. It's not who, that I know. I know who I want on here, right? Like, I don't really care. But I'm not here to talk about work. I'm here to enjoy the stream. I can't even believe it's lap 50 already. Like, bro, I don't even believe it's lap 50 already. Like, bro, I'm gonna up this back to the original quality I was at before the internet took a dump, and that was 2450. So we're on 2450. I can't believe I got 3 laps left, bro. Oh, I'm just gonna lock that front left and go right over all those marbles like they ain't shit. Yeah, it's just I'm not gonna do that, man. Yeah, that's what I mean. The people I'm selective and let in, those guys who understand this is a personal hobby where work has no place. Exactly. Yeah, and here's the thing, right? Especially when I return being a caster, as I return being a caster, right? For Counter-Strike, not only is it a personal hobby, sometimes it's a contracted gig. Like, sometimes I'm working. Like, sometimes it's work. Like, it doesn't feel like work. I try not to make it like work. And when it started to feel like work, I took a break, right? But my point is, like, I had a gig where I could stream it on my own channel. And I could use my own overlays and everything, right? They just they just paid me to stream the game. It was a team in, like, Maine or something. They paid me to stream the game once. And I'm like, yeah, like, that's fine, you know? Like, I'll do it. I ain't got any problem. But if you're paying me to stream the game, that's work. Like, I get that. For me, I have to call a hobby because they forced me to sign a contract where I'm not allowed to, quote, work in another position while I'm employed. See, here's the thing. You might want to take a look at that contract because usually an employer can make you sign a contract that says or when you get hired, you have to sign a contract that says you cannot work in a place that would cause basically a conflict of interest, and a conflict of interest being a business, another business in the same field. So like, I can't work for Walmart and Target. Like, I can't do that because they're direct competitors. But I could work for Walmart and I could work for fucking Lancaster Cupcake. Like, they can't make you not work for Lancaster Cupcake. Yeah, my contract says no outside jobs without a signature from my supervisor. See, that actually violates antitrust. So that contract's actually not legal. Oh, it's 100. No, it's not. No, it's not. It violates antitrust. Sherman antitrust. Go look it up. Guarantee. They can make you sign NDAs, which means you can't talk about work. They can make you sign all sorts of shit like that. You can tell that to the lawyers who wrote it. Dude, your boss doesn't know how to fucking... Dude, your boss thinks it's... I don't know how to explain this, dude. Your boss thinks what he's getting away with is okay, whereas if any workers' rights lawyer got a hold of the evidence that goes on inside your workplace, that place would be shut down in a fucking heartbeat. Because it would violate every fucking OSHA policy and Fair Labor Act imaginable. My boss didn't write, that comes from way up the chain. I'm aware. I'm well aware that it comes from a business lawyer. I am well aware of that. I'm also well aware of that there is no way that would be upheld in a court of law. They could try it. And a lot of people use scare tactics like that to prevent others from doing such things, like having two jobs, but there's no way that would be upheld in a court of law. Bruno Senna, 8th place, baby. Let's fucking go, Bruno. Bruno got 4 points. Bruno actually scored points. Holy shit. Okay. We were correct, by the way.
Brilliant,
Grosjean, DNF. That is terrible for his championship, I should say, push, I guess you could say, because he was second place and he's getting nothing. I mean, I might be wrong. I'm obviously not a lawyer, but I'm pretty sure, by the way, that you cannot sign an agreement that says you can't work for anybody else, period. Just that you cannot work for a competitor within the industry. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. I would hedge good money on that, actually. Paul DeResta also DNF'd. The two Marussias, 22nd, 21st, Team McLaughlin pick. Vern, then it's the two Toro Rossos, John Eric Verne, and Daniel Ricciardo. The two HRTs, the reason is at-will employment. At-will employment is something completely different. At-will employment doesn't have anything to do with you being able to work two jobs. At-will employment is just the status of your employment, meaning that you can quit a job at will and you can be fired at will or let go at will. But it doesn't have anything to do with working multiple jobs. Your lawyer probably said you had no grounds because you probably signed the contract already. The two HRTs finished 18th and 17th. HRT, or Pedro De La Rosa, 18th. Nikita Karthikeyan is in 17th. The Caterhams finished 16th and 15th. Petrov behind Kovalainen. The first of the two Salvers, Kimi Kobayashi, also outside the points in 14th position. Fernando Alonso, because I was working a second gig and he said if I wanted this, I needed to sign it. That's how they pressure you, my friend. Fernando Alonso, I make note not to just sign shit anymore. Like I try to read over a lot before I sign shit. I don't read over everything, but I try to read over a lot before I sign anything nowadays. Fernando Alonso in the Ferrari finishes 12th or 13th. My lawyer said it. I mean, I get it, because if you don't sign it, you don't get the job. But I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know what else to say. Nico Hülkenberg, the other Force India, finishes 12th, so no points for Force India. No points for Scuderia Ferrari. Felipe Massa did very well to get up to 11th place from 17th, but he doesn't get a point. Red Bull Racing get a point with Mark Webber. Lewis Hamilton, long story short, I'm leaving now anyway, so no use shit talking contracts and shit. That's true. Lewis Hamilton, I mean, that's very true. Lewis Hamilton gets 2 points. Bruno Senna in the other Williams has finally scored points. He picks up 4 here in Silverstone. Jenson Button is going to pick up 6 for McLaren. So McLaren only gets 8 points. We got 29 points to see this race. So we increased the gap between us and McLaren by 21 points. Lotus, Kimi Räikkönen scores 8. So Lotus gained 2 points on us in the last race. With Grosjean DNFing, we now, and Kimi only finishing in 8th, and Senna finishing in, Kimi finishing in 6th and Senna finishing 8th, we gained 21 points on Lotus, which is huge for the constructors. Sauber get points. Sergio Perez picks up 10. Mercedes pick up 12th and 15th. Schumacher 4th. Rosberg 3rd. Normal conditions, had Senna not scored points, Mercedes would have edged a little bit closer by 2 points to us. With Bruno Senna scoring 4, we increased the gap by 2 points instead. Red Bulls Racing's Sebastian Vettel will finish in 2nd. And that means that Red Bull Racing only pick up 19 points, so we increase the gap to Red Bull by 6 points. So the Constructors is looking good. It's looking good. We made a big step tonight. Here's the Drivers' Championship very quickly.
You're doing an excellent job.
Sean-Eric Verne, bottom for the Toro Rosso. Timo Glock for the Marussias in 23rd. Charles Peak for the Marussias in 22nd. Carthagena is in 21st. Then it's Daniel Ricciardo in 20th. The other HRT, Pedro Della Rosa, is up in 19th. Vitaly Petrov for the Caterham is 18th. Kovalainen is still the highest ranked driver yet to score a championship point. He is in 17th. Felipe Massa is in 16th for Ferrari. He has 1 point, man, for Ferrari. Okay. Nico Hülkenberg is in 15th with 3. Paul di Resta is in 14th with 4. But Bruno Senna leapfrogs him on countback now because of his 8th place finish. So Paul di Resta picked up these 4 points with 2 tenths and a 9th place finish. Bruno Senna with 1 8th place finish jumps ahead of him on countback in 13th. Komo Kobayashi is 6 ahead of that on 12 with no points this weekend. He is tied for Fernando Alonso, who has 10 himself for Scuderia Ferrari. Sauber Sergio Perez increases the gap back to the Spaniard by 20 or to 23. He's in 10th. Jenson Button is only in 9th with 62. He's tied with his teammate Lewis Hamilton, who's in 8th. Mark Webber with the Red Bull is only 2 ahead of the 2 Brits in 7th on 64. Schumacher is in 6th on 81. Roman Grosjean is now only a point ahead of him in 5th, but he has dropped from 2nd position to 5th. As Nico Rosberg takes him by 3 points in 4th. Kimi Räikkönen is 2 points ahead of him. He's now the highest ranking Lotus driver in 3rd on 87, and he is 9 off the pace of Sebastian Vettel on the Red Bull, who is 129 off from us on 225. The Constructors, Toro Rosso is bottom, Marussia is 11th, HRT is 10th, Caterham is 9th, all on no points. Force India has 7th, they're in 8th. Scuderia Ferrari, man, this is a struggle season for the prancing horse, man. 7th place right now and only 11 points. They are 32 back from the Swiss Sauber team. Mercedes is then way ahead. I mean, look at the gap between 5th and 6th. Mercedes on 124. Red Bull are 36 ahead on 160 points. They're only 6 back from the Mercedes in 3rd on 166, who have leapfrogged them this weekend with their 3rd and 4th place finishes, and they draw within 3 points of Lotus, who are 60 back of us now, 9 races down into the season. So that is the end of race 9, and we're going to go into Well, this should be a rank up. Look, I'm sorry, man. I'm not trying to argue with you, Frostus. You know I love you, bro. But, I just think that some of that shit is fucking bullshit. That's all. Fantastic win at Silverstone. Yeah, my qualifying lap was it was a 36.5. Okay. I thought I did better than it. And my race lap was at 18.2, so no, I didn't. Yeah, you good. Alright, man. Hockenheim is next. Qualifying wet. Friday, overcast. I'm just doing 10 things at the same time right now. I get it, bro. And then Sunday is partially, it's a mix. It looks like it's a mix for Sunday. Saturday is going to be heavy rain, though. So qualifying in the heavy rain in Hockenheim. That's where we stand. It is Hockenheim, Hungary, Belgium, Italy, Singapore, Japan, Korea, India, the UAE, USA, and Brazil. So I had to add an order a little bit there. But it is the halfway part of the season. It is the German Grand Prix. This is Hockenheim. It's very wide in this first sector. Very quick turn one. Almost like cops. And then you're going to go down to a much slower turn two here. It's kind of second gear. But
as possible, because this is a nice long straight here, a chance to carry that momentum and a possible overtaking
turn 3 pretty much doesn't exist,
this corner come
but
race
this
day.
winding turn 4, you're in 8th gear, all the way at the rev limiter, and you got to go all the way down to like first gear.
Now on the exit, don't use too much of that curb. It will take away your
and then
traction before this flat out right-hand corner.
it really kind of narrows here.
To the right-hand side, look to the left, turn 8 coming up, slow it all down, and keep the car to the left-hand side of the track. So that opens up turn 10. Now use all of the
you can really spin there because it's very minor elevation changes. Especially here.
Narrows up here at this stage as well, so keep off that left-hand side.
Yeah, the track gets very narrow here. There's really no passing through the stadium section, man. And that hairpin, it's a little bit off camber. It's just a minor bit off camber, just like 16 here and 17. So you dip it in a little bit too much, man, and it'll punish you. But that is it. That is Germany. That is it for the stream. Some big lag issues tonight. I am so sorry for that. I just don't know what's going on, man. The internet taking an absolute dump. So that is going to be it from me. Man, it says it's getting better, but it ain't getting better. Anyway, that's going to be it from me. It's fantastic to stream this race, even though it really struggles. If you want to watch it without lag, of course, we're going to put it up on YouTube. It's okay. You can catch all the stream VODs. Every stream that we now stream, we also record at the same time. So you can definitely catch the VODs up on the YouTube in a higher quality as well, which is nice for you. But that's going to do it for me. Frostus, thank you so much for coming by, brother. Love you to death. We're going to probably send you all to Shumi. Yeah, we're going to send you all to Shumi. And then Emma2K stopped by as well. Big thanks to her. Enjoy the rest of